It's a legal segment tonight. As you may know, all over the country, police are under siege by citizens who believe they are actively hunting down and killing young black men. In Los Angeles, cops shot 18-year-old Carnell Snell dead on Saturday. Mr. Snell had a felony assault conviction. Today, LA police released a videotape showing the dead man carrying a gun while being confronted by police. Despite that, some protesters continue their anti-cop diatribes. With us now, our Is It Legal duo, Kimberly Guilfoyle and Elise Wheel. Now, I've seen this, and also in Charlotte, they released all the video.
Right.
But again, it's inconclusive in Charlotte. You can't, we looked at it every which way. We cannot see whether the suspect who was shot dead in North Carolina actually was raising, or you can't. But this case, this case is clear. Guy had a gun, the guy turned against police, and the police shot him dead. Why? In the face of incontrovertible evidence, and we're not talking about conspiracists who said, oh, the cops planted it, or we don't believe the we're not talking about those people. There is a small segment of the American population doesn't care.
No.
If a police officer shoots a minority dead, then the police officer is wrong, no matter what the circumstance. Why? What is that mentality?
I'm third-generation federal prosecutor. My dad was an FBI agent, and I'll go back to my dad. Back in his generation, even then, it was the fuzz. Bad cop. Back in my dad's generation, even FBI, there was a one-shot rule. In the FBI, you gave them one shot at you, okay? And it was still, even in my dad's generation, this mistrust of the fuzz. The cops were bad. The cops were the bad people.
Are you saying that the FBI, when your father was in the bureau, wouldn't shoot unless they shot at?
It was a tacit rule. You gave them one shot.
That's not the rule.
I know, it's not the law. I mean,
right.
It's not.
Because
was not
saying
the
they
law.
would afford them that.
Yes,
however, that is
right. If I'm a police officer and I see a guy with a gun and I've already told the guy, hands up, drop it, and I see it, I'm shooting.
I'm getting to you that back in that generation, even then there was this planted thing like just there's such an anger.
So people,
that was an unwritten rule.
Exactly,
that wasn't
unwritten
the law.
But
and
what is it?
The law today.
These protesters
more.
who always blame the police, no matter what the circumstance. Is it based on they had a bad experience, so they're extending out? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's an overall perception that really has been perpetuated by the number of stories that have been put forth as well in the media that has pit cops against communities. And it doesn't matter if it's an African-American police officer trying to defend himself and using deadly force that is legally warranted against an armed suspect that is a minority that actually has a weapon in their possession as well. They are still going to protest.
I think it's a personal animus that many of these protesters have been roughed up by the cops themselves or disrespected, and they are anti-cop, and they don't want to hear any facts, and this is what it's all about.
And that video is 45 seconds from a nearby store.
And thank God, as I said, it's only a small, but it is, they're there,
it's there.
and they cause trouble.
And this guy,
and the media sympathizes with them. The media sympathizes with them. All right.
Ridiculous.
Here's topic number 2. Okay. It's October, that means Halloween, and clowns, all right? Clowns are now overrunning the United States. Clowns are everywhere. They're in your driveway, they're cutting your lawn, they're painting your house. Clowns, clowns, clowns. Okay? Now, kids hate clowns, generally speaking. They used to like them, but now they hate them, and that's because of the cheap horror movies where people dress up like clowns and they stab all the teenagers to death. In New Haven, Connecticut, the school board there has banned clown costumes during the Halloween season and other symbols of terror. The New Haven School Board says a clown costume is a symbol of terror. Guilfoyle. Explain that to me.
I don't have any weird clown costumes. I have others, but no one complains.
Very good.
The point simply is they're upset. They've done this investigation on social media of Instagram accounts and reported sightings of clowns jumping out of bushes and doing things, terrorizing everyone. So they said, basta, no more.
Can they do that legally?
They can up until a certain point, but like at school, if you want to wear a clown costume, you have to make sure that you're not being disruptive. But you can't just strip someone of their First Amendment freedom of speech and expression rights.
That's what I want to get at. Isn't this biased against clowns?
Clown bias?
All right, clown bias.
You could have clown bias.
It's clown bias.
You may be biased against clowns if those clowns are disrupting your school.
Well, what if they're just a nice clown?
Oh, well, nice clowns are fine.
But they're banning all the clowns.
Well, no.
Because they say, and this isn't, I'm not exaggerating.
I know, it's true.
Instrument of terror, the clown costume.
Instrument of terror.
You know what? I think the ACLU should take this up because there's some nice
Where's
clowns out there.
Where's the ACLU defending the clowns?
Exactly.
But they should drop the clown people on ISIS. All right?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, parachute the clowns. Right into
what
Aleppo.
are we gonna do?
Radical clown.
Or not Aleppo, Raqqa.
Raqqa.
Scare them.
Leave Aleppo
All right.
alone, please.
Wheel has another book. Wheel has written 18,000 books.
I don't think she sleeps.
The only person on earth who's written more books than me is Wheel. All right, Wheel, you have a new book out today.
Yes.
What is the book?
The candidate, there it is right there.
Oh.
We've got a cable TV news reporter covering the two candidates in the last couple of months of the presidential campaign. And she realizes she covers the first female candidate and the first male Hispanic candidate married to a billionaire wife with close ties to China, this billionaire wife, that something is really...
So it's a thriller.
It's a thriller, and
Okay.
she has to discover what's wrong with one of these candidates before that person gets elected,
All right.
and the whole United States goes to heck. And they're clowns. It could be the clowns.
Are there any clowns?
Clowns
in the
of
book?
terror.
There are no clowns.
Can't sell it in New
There's
Haven if
there's
there's
lots
clowns
of
there.
terror. There's lots of terror in this book.
You should probably
All right.
stay out of New
So
Haven.
the book's name again is what?
The candidate.
The Candidate.
Go out and
Lise
get it.
Wheel, everyone.
I
Come on,
just
she got a
feel-
kid in college. Give her a break.